Good morning. Hopefully you can see me. Let me make sure I'm turning down my radio. I'm stuck behind a school bus, but I mean, I'm okay. I think I'm okay. I won't be late for work, of course. Um, but I was trying to think of what to title this, and because there's a lot of things I could say about this topic, um, kitchen witchery. That's kind of like, I feel like that should be the title. And I feel like women have been doing this for centuries. Kitchen witchery, meaning, yes, providing nourishment and sustenance for people, for themselves, providing wellness and a sense of fulfillment. Yeah. So food is more than just eating. um, and what we do in the kitchen is not, I mean, I was going to say it's not labor. I mean, it can be labor depending on the situation. But what I'm trying to say is we have the tools to be a well and thriving human. We have learned through the centuries of the benefits of herbs and roots and leaves. We have learned to season food that might not be palatable at some point, We have learned to take care of our bodies with food. So think about like chicken soup, right? So even those books, Chicken Soup for the Soul, right? Like they have scientifically now, said that, yeah, the ingredients in chicken soup are like natural penicillin. Sorry, I'm congested. These allergies, y'all. So yeah, it's the, I don't want to say the old ways, it's the original ways. And as much as we try to run to technology and pills, there are lots of things out there that are helpful to us. And I feel like even with modern technology and modern, quote unquote, modern discoveries, they've don't necessarily benefit us. So we have to be mindful about what works and what doesn't work. So yeah, like your grandma's chicken soup, right? Your fire cider. That's another version of chicken soup, Things like mint. I do aromatherapy in my classroom. Okay? And there are things that we've had at our disposal for thousands of years. And like I said, quote unquote, modern medicine has told us to ignore that. In fact, I need to go ahead and just do that. There were some shady things happening. Sorry, I know I glitched out. I went under a bridge. The FDA in the United States had to come into being because of shady, as they call it, snake oil remedies out there. I do understand that, okay? But I'm talking about the nourishment, okay? I'm not talking about like, oh, this cures all the things. It's like, well, if you keep your body well, then you won't have to get the cures, right? Or not necessarily. I'm not going to, just say that. But then there's other things. All right, there's folks out here driving a little wild because they don't know where they are. What? I'm in my right lane. See, Atlanta. I am in the right lane. Y'all. And then, of course, they're going to act. Now, this is what I do. Hit brakes. You want to come up here and fight me? All right, then. Learn where you are. All right, so, yeah. We've had all the tools just like, well, now that we talk about Glenda, Wizard of Oz is a allegory. I feel like a magical allegory. But anyway, so Glenda said you had it all along, Dorothy. You had it all along. We've had it all along, y'all. Okay, and it's just a matter of time that we find even better ways. Yes, with modern science, but we can't ignore how we got here so far. Like the last basically 200 years when the modern era occurred had us thinking that, oh, everything else is just witchcraft and, foolishness. Now, think about, now this is February, and in the United States, we do celebrate Black History Month, okay? So I don't know what the news is out there telling y'all, but no matter whether it's legal, quote unquote, or not, it was never really legal in the last, it's only been legal, quote unquote, since what, the 90s? We've been celebrating longer than that, but anyway. So Black people did not have the same access to hospitals and medicine and things like that because of racism and things of that nature. So think of the famous blues singer Bessie Smith. She died because a white hospital wouldn't take her. Okay, she would have lived. She was in a car accident. She could have lived. But because she was Black and she was in a car accident, they wouldn't take her. And so she had, like, the people who were trying to get her help had to take her to another hospital, but it was too late. Okay, so you see, like, stuff like that, where we were denied health care. We were denied what the white people were getting. And so, yes, we had to resort to going to the root woman and the medicine woman, because my dad used to talk about this all the time. It's like you go to see Miss whoever, the root woman, and she has some cures for you. And he used to talk about how his grandmother had all these little things in like a little box, certain things that will, heal you and keep, for upset stomach, stuff like that. And we just didn't have access to go to a doctor that easily as we do now. Okay. And even now, I'm sure, as we all know, it's still difficult for people with brown skin, mostly Black, to get the adequate health care that we need. Okay? Meanwhile, they're poisoning us. And they're telling us not to eat certain things. They're telling us not to do something as basic as aromatherapy. Y'all, did you know that your sense of smell goes directly to your brain? And that means you can affect your mood just by the sense of smell. Your mood, okay? People don't know that. But like I said, kitchen witchery. I could have gone in a lot of places with this. I probably should have been a little more focused, but yeah, with it. But I'm excited to just share. And I'm studying this one woman, and I kind of want to make it into a course, who she lived to be about 98, I believe. And she practiced herbalism. And a lot of people say, oh, you need to take a herbalism class or whatever. You can be self-taught, okay? She didn't go to a college. She didn't get a degree or certificate on the wall. It's like some of y'all, like, you are your own barrier sometimes, And again, Atlanta morning traffic, folks don't know where they're going. So I have to, like, do my own driving in a straight line. And they don't know what they're doing, and they're looking at me. It was like, oh, I'm in the correct lane. Anyway, sorry. And I'm not saying don't get credentials, but don't let that be a barrier either, because there's people out there who'll say, well, you're not certified, or they'll try to use that as, like, their validation. I was like, this woman lived to be 98. She did. In fact, people are studying her. She didn't have to have a validation. Proof is in the pudding, as they say. We got to go back to our original ways. I don't want to say old, our original ways. And I've said this in a video before. I convinced my mom eventually when I told her, I was like, you know, when they talk about these oils and ointments and stuff in the Bible, they was living. Okay. And then she was like, oh, yeah, the oils and the aromas and the incense. There was something to that. Okay. Germ fighting, bacterial fighting, virus fighting. Okay. So most disease like can fall under certain categories. So you can fight germs so that you don't have to get sick in the first place with certain oils. Okay? So stuff like that. So yeah. And then you can incorporate it into your daily routines. And like I said, I practice aromatherapy in my classroom. When I get in there, like I made a spring blend for myself, but when I get in there, I'm probably gonna need some mint um, for this congestion. And yeah, I use it when the kids ask for it. um, but yeah, that witchery, and it got demonized. Women who are, as they say, the wise women called witches. It's like that's not a bad word, okay? They're jealous. Like think about like when the plague was out, and the women who lived because they had cats because cats were killing the rats that were causing the disease. Oh, you know they demonize people. You know, people who are doing the right thing and they're trying to share, but you know they want control. Yeah. hmm So yeah, I'm at work now. Like I said, it didn't take that long, and I don't know. I might film. We're going on a field trip today, so I might be filming for the place that we're going. I'll leave it a surprise because not a lot of people get to go to um, this place that I think everybody in the world should be going. Okay, everyone. hmm I'm an educator, biohacker, as in I focus on wellness and human optimization of the body. I talk about emotional intelligence, throw in some history, and life coaching. Okay. I have a wellness guide. I have life audits. If you want a better life, if you want to improve your life, self development, all that cool stuff, um, subscribe and all that good stuff. Okay. Uh, I'll probably, like I said, I'll probably do some filming today. I don't know if I'll be doing it live though, um, because of the weather is looking kind of not so good, but we'll see. We'll see what I can do. All right, friends, have a good one. My wellness guide does have like the top herbs that you probably should have at your house anyway for various reasons. Okay, should have. Okay, the top herbs, the wellness guide. Okay, all right, check it out. Subscribe, all the good things. All right, take care. Take care.